what is really happening in terms of innovation in banking. And the really interesting part is, it's not that people don't get what innovation is, but the way a bank or an NBFC thinks about innovation is very different than the way a startup thinks about innovation. So I want to just use that opening to ask Madhu. Madhu, lending is a core business of a bank. When you started out, talk a little bit about why weren't banks doing what you are doing today back in 2018 from a technology lens, because there are smart people running banks. They could see the same opportunity you saw, but I remember in one of our interactions, you talked about so many people telling you, you're going to lose your shirt, you're never going to succeed. But here you go, you're going to go public next year with $400 million in revenue, profitable. How do you bridge that gap if you were to go back to 2018-19? What was the innovation opportunity you saw that traditional providers missed?
Yeah, first thing is, of course, I don't come from a financial services background. I've never been a banking guy. I'm an engineer, right? So I've been a product and a business guy, mostly from e-commerce world. I think to start with, I think that was one of the basic mindset to kind of do something digital. When I wanted to do digital lending, I went and met multiple bankers in the Mumbai circle and tried to explain them that, see, you guys are giving loans via branches, so I want to do it digitally with one app. I don't remember anyone saying me that what you have thought is a brilliant idea. All that the advice was, you're going to lose out the simple savings, what you have with you. Why are you trying this? India is a little bit of a third world country where you give out money to anyone, I think they're not going to return back. So this was the only advice what they got, what I got. I think that was basically because of the bias. The bias of the experience, the bias of the legacy, what the traditional banking was into. I think that was the opportunity for us as well. We basically challenged that thought process that there was a trust deficit that existed between the bank and or the lender and the borrower. And until we meet and analyze physically, we cannot underwrite and we cannot go hello. I think that was the trust deficit existed. I think we were the challengers to be one of the first ones to go and launch this app, where after dinner somebody plays around with that app and they can just get their loan sanctioned, and they got really a wow feeling that there's some nutcase guy who is actually kind of really crediting money to our bank accounts. Imagine this, right? So this all looks very, very normal today, and then 8 years back when we started the first time, I think people really went crazy that even in India it is happening so. So the outcome of challenging such thought process, it was a fundamental thought process what we went and challenged. The outcome was that immediately, overnight, the app went viral. Right? So we started seeing that there was tens and thousands of downloads which was happening on a daily basis without even doing any kind of a marketing. I think that was the kind of scale what we achieved. Just to give some numbers to that, I think about 4th or 5th month of our operations, we were disbursing about 100 crores a month with just about 5% application approval rates. So that was the scale what came out as an outcome. So after that, I didn't think that, although we didn't too much have to strategize, we have to just catch up with the growth. The VCs liked the growth story and they started investing, and then we caught up. Just to put everything back, I think that was a specific turning point or a tech disruption to the banking world that was happening, and we were one of the early movers to take those bets, and we were there at the right time, right place. We took up that challenge, saying that we will experiment and check out this particular piece, and that's the outcome of where we are today. Right? So I think missing out the wave, it's very difficult to catch up. For example, like in our industry, probably we take about names of the other guys like Cred or Ravi or Five, Moneyview, Kish went IPO. If you look at all of us started in 2016, 2017, right? So because we were all there, and the guys who came out later just have not capitalized on this particular journey. So also the timing matters when you want to catch up in the wave.